everybody. I'm Dustin Herring, and I'm Pop Blitz Magazine's Artist Spotlight of the Week.
Hey Dustin, great having you here.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate it.
So I know you have a debut album coming out, your first album coming out in September, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How stoked are you for that? What can you tell us?
I'm really excited. It's got 10 songs that are all, I'm a writer on every song except one, and we've been working on all these songs for the past 2 years, so it's just something I'm really proud of. It's got a good mix of a lot of different styles of music on there, so we're pretty excited to have it out. It's just taking such a long time to get all the material together and then get it edited, and my producer's so busy nowadays, just working with him and make sure everything's perfect, and now we're just ready for everybody to hear it.
Now, how would you describe your music for those that are unfamiliar with you?
I'm kind of got more of a traditional sound, I think, but I do mix a lot of the newer type country music in there. Not so much bro country, but we definitely have more of a 90s type sound. But I get told sometimes I sound too much like Tracy Lawrence, so I'm somewhere in between, I guess, a Jason Aldean, Tracy Lawrence type sound. So
now,
a Jason Lawrence, that's what we are.
Would you say like 90s sound, is that more traditional country back when,
Yeah, I mean,
Shania Twain and Garth Brooks and...
Right, yeah, I think so. Obviously, Garth Brooks has to be an influence for anybody who grew up, pretty much. But, I really like Mark Chestnut and Gary Allen and stuff like that. So there's elements of all that in there. So.
All right, cool. Well, when did you move to Nashville?
So I moved to Nashville.
What's up, everybody? It's Tracy.
14, and I've been here for 2 years now. So I'm really excited about everything. And finally starting to get a name for myself in town, I guess, enough to say when I go to a writer's round, somebody knows me, and I don't have to do that awkward walk until you find somebody to talk to. At least you walk in and can at least see one familiar face. So.
Exactly. You were telling me a cool story about how it was that you came to be in Nashville.
Yeah, actually, I entered in the Texaco Country Showdown, and they ended up having a songwriter contest that year, and just by the grace of God, I ended up being the national finalist winner. So at the time, I'd never been to Nashville for music, so what came along with winning was getting to go to the Grand Ole Opry and meet some publishers and stuff like that. So once I met publishers, they said, look, if you're interested in being a songwriter and living in Nashville, you got to get in the big leagues and make the big move. So I saved my money and made some contacts and made the move up here.
Awesome. And it's been paying off, right? You've been doing a whole bunch of cool stuff.
It's better than what I used to do. I don't dread getting up and writing songs, that's for sure. And it truly is living a dream, and having a job I have that affords me the opportunity to still go out and play music every night and go play shows on the weekends. And it's just, I couldn't ask for a better situation. So
that's what's up.
Yeah. When
did you get started doing music?
I started when I was in college. One of my friends had a guitar, and I just, I always liked singing, and I just never thought I could learn to play a guitar. So he showed me how to play 3 chords, and then I pretty much just sat down in front of a computer every day and just learned songs, and started playing little college bars and stuff like that, mostly for women. But the free beer was probably a big help too. But now it's it's all business, and it's more of an art now, especially now that I'm more into songwriting, and everything's a song to me. Every time I hear a conversation, I come up with a hook, or if I hear a story, songs are everywhere now, and that's pretty much all I think about. So.
Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
Yeah, the first song I wrote was called Down the Dirt Road, and it was about 2 of my friends that had lost their lives at an early age, and it just kind of a tribute to them, and it's just something that it's just one of those songs that just kind of came out of nowhere. And I tell people all the time, I feel like even though I wrote it by myself, I had some co-writers, so it's just something that I'll never forget. I think their families and everybody, it's just a great tribute to them. So and that's available also on an acoustic EP I did. So it was just that was getting my feet wet. Back then it was just just writing what you felt and what you wanted to say. You didn't really have an agenda with it, or you weren't trying to appease anybody or a certain market. So I think that was where I really got what the songwriter would call his muse. That's where I first found it was back then.
So now tell people, you do have an EP out already, so if they want to go check out some music, they can.
Yeah. So once I moved to town, started doing demos, and I met a great producer, and his name is Mr. Dave Smith. So I produced these songs with Dave, and he just took off with it. So it's available online. The name of the EP is called Geneva County, and it has 7 songs on there. And one of the first singles we did was Houston, which was one of the first songs I wrote once I moved to town, and that's pretty much been the most popular one, I think, in town. Everybody, when I go out to rounds and stuff, that seems to be one of the crowd favorites. So really still proud of that song. I mean, and it's only been out really about maybe just over a year. So, I mean, between putting that project out and working on this new one, I mean, we've just been super busy and just super excited. So.
I know that's the song that I recall when I went to see you at Writers Round. Yeah, that's the one I remember.
It's got a little catchy song, so like I said, we're really proud of that song too. So,
what's been your most proudest moment?
Having somebody come up to you and tell you how much your song means to them, or I played at the Bluebird. I think that's probably what really capped it off. Was I played a song that we wrote, me and my buddy Jarrett wrote, called "Once in a Life," and having these women come up to me with tears in their eyes and just say, how much that song meant to them, and that's really what you do it for. I mean, it's good to make a name for yourself, and it's great when you can finally sell records and make money. But that's what we started writing songs for, was to actual, change people and help express something that other people don't have this great gift of, writing songs. So that's probably the most proudest moment for me.
That's awesome. You're going to be a lot happier, when you go that route, as opposed to these artists that are just in it for the money and the fame.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a therapy, and I think that's why I first started writing songs. You got something you got to say, and it's been a blessing and a curse in a lot of ways, because it does allow you to get a lot of stuff off your chest, but at the same time, it's a heartbreaking business, because you have to stay true to what you want to say, but at the same time, I mean, you do have a certain market you have to get to, and if you're lucky enough that what you want to say in your art is considered marketable, that's just the greatest thing on earth, because now you're winning both ways. So.
Exactly. Well, where do you see yourself in a year from now?
I truly believe I'll have a top 40 cut within the next year. I've got a lot of songs and I've learned a lot in this past year. When I first got here, I thought I knew what I was doing, and I've learned real quick that every time I sit down and write, or every time I meet someone else, I'm learning something, and it may be just luck, but I just feel like with this past year, as much songs that we've written, and the amount of time we've put back into songs and going back and rewriting and making those changes, I mean, I've got a couple of, I won't say they're like official holds, but I've got some where people are saying, look, when this artist starts cutting again, we're going to let him hear this song. We feel pretty confident it'll be in the run. So in a year, I hope that at least I've got a cut by then. So, I mean, I do have cuts right now by, some smaller name independent artists, but I just truly believe in the next year I'm going to have a top 40 artist cut. So.
Fingers crossed for
Fingers
you.
are crossed.
Where can people check you out? Give it your social media links, Facebook, Twitter, everything.
Yeah, so I have a Dustin Herring music page on Facebook where you can just add and like, and then I also have a personal page, which I don't mind people following me on there too. I mean, that's awesome because you get to see what else I do other than music. I mean, between hunting and fishing and outdoor photography and all that stuff. So also my Instagram's Dustin Herring Music, and I have a Twitter. I think it's Dustin Herring 10. I'm not as active on Twitter. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but look me up, follow me. Like I said, I have 2 EPs available online on iTunes. The first one will be Dustin Herring Acoustic Sessions, and then I have the full Nashville produced EP, Geneva County. So you can find me on all those social media pages.
All right, go check him out. Thanks, Dustin. Best of luck to you.
Thank y'all.